Hey there boys and girls, Lucky Skill Fake here and welcome back to the first Battlefield Hardline video. Today we'll have our first comparison between two bolt-action sniper rifles, one of them being the AWM, the other one being the R700, both formerly known as the L96 or the M40A5 from previous games. They're basically kind of the same version, but not exactly the same, they're kind of based off that. But I would say let's get actually right into the video. So let's start out with the R700. The R700 is the first bolt-action sniper rifle that has to be unlocked for the police side because it will actually cost you quite some cash or points depending on what you want to call it. The price is 48,000 points and it will definitely set you back quite a little bit, especially in the beginning. However, if you're a big fan of the M40A5, you will definitely love this rifle because, as I said in the beginning, the R700 is basically the model where the M40A5 is based off, which actually also means that the stats are basically the same from Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, so you normally get the really fast rechamber time of 1 second, which is absolutely amazing. Of course, the bullet drop is quite high, but it's not as noticeable in Battlefield Hardline because the maps seem to be a little bit smaller, at least the encounters are. So the bullet velocity is 480 meters per second, which of course means that you will have to compensate quite a bit still for the bullet drop. However, the reload times are actually quite fast as well, with the full reload being at 3.3 seconds and the empty reload being at 4.3 seconds. Again, quite fast. The only downside now it has is actually the smaller magazine size. It's a 5+1 in the chamber, so you have to actually use extended mags if you want to get those 11 rounds for the really aggressive recon playstyle, which is also the thing that this rifle really excels at. I mean, the Scout can be a little bit better, but just because you have this extra higher damage, you will get the 12.5 meter body shots when it kills, which actually is quite amazing for aggressive recon playstyles. Now switching over to the AWM, which was formerly known, or better said, was formerly resembling the L96, which also is known as the L115 and the AWP. They're all basically resembling the same rifle. But yeah, this is the first rifle that you will be able to unlock for the robber side, which will also set you back quite a bit of cash because it actually will cost you $52,000 or cash or points, what you want to call it, which will make you, well, basically save up quite a bit. The rifle itself, again, is basically resembling the L96 from other Battlefield titles. It has the fastest bullet velocity, which means you don't have to compensate quite as much because your shots will go quite fast. Also, the bullet drop won't be as high. However, the rechamber time will be quite high as well, with 1.37 seconds, and also the reload times, with the full reload being at 3.5 seconds and the empty reload being at 5.3 seconds, will also be quite high. The magazine size, on the other hand, will also be the same as with the R700, so you get 5+1 rounds in the chamber, and when you want to have the same thing as you had in Battlefield 3, on Battlefield 4 you will have to run extended mags in order to get your 10+1 rounds in the magazine. So the only negative thing about the AWM now is that you'll actually get a slight inaccuracy while aiming down the sights, which of course means that long-range sniping can actually be a little bit more inaccurate at some extreme ranges. But again, normally, as you have the smaller encounters in Battlefield Hardline, that should not be that big of a deal, especially if you're using a smaller scope. However, I was still preferring the R700 because it's actually a little more beefier than the Scout Elite, but it still fits the aggressive recon playstyle so good. On the other hand, if you want to have even more heft and an even beefier gun, the AWM might be the rifle for you because it really, as I said before, packs a punch. So yeah, this was my comparison of the AWM versus the R700. Please let me know in the comment section down below what you think is the better rifle, or basically the rifle that you prefer. And I think that's pretty much all for now, so I hope you enjoyed the video. Lucky Skill Faker.